I started out in this area where, just to give you an idea, there's 450,000 people in the Datong Coal Mining Administration area. It's basically a small town outside of the city of Datong. It's basically a coal mining town. There's 14 coal mines. The guy who is the head of the CEO of the coal mining company is the mayor of the town. Everybody reports through an administration to him, the schools, the restaurants, everything is tied to one communist administration. So just to give you an idea, it's a little crazy. One day we're driving on our way to this ceremony I was invited to. We were in a lane that was reserved for officials. So the police stopped us and my driver explained, hey, I got a guy here who's invited. And one of my Chinese colleagues says, don't worry, the police work for Mr. Wang, who was our chairman. And so it occurred to me, basically this town has a judge. They have courts. It's a communist court. They've got cops and they've got a prison, and they all report to the guy I work for. How would you like to have the guy on your board of directors have his own prison? It's a whole new meaning into an incentive program, but that's how kind of, different it was. And just getting acclimated to that it's not a view that a lot of people get. So
no,
it was
I think absolutely. And again, I think the ability to be exposed to it, compare, contrast, and integrate it all into your thinking is really what it's all about.
People, when you study this thing, communism, whether it be the Persians in Russia, in which Stalin killed tens of millions of people, or the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution in China, where 30 plus million people die. We know communism failed, and there's a reason why completely eliminating economic freedom ends up to a total lack of political freedom and oppression. But up close, there's other things that, for example, the quality of everything was terrible. Every building was built old. Carpets were laid sideways. Windows were in crooked. It was just everything you saw was done. But imagine, in our country, we had the idea, Jimmy Carter, remember, if we're going to give people houses, let's have them build them, because the problem is in our housing projects, nobody takes care of them because they don't own anything. Imagine an entire economy like that.
I was going to say, I got two takeaways just off that. Number one, all I could think about with cars was, those elite vehicles in Cuba, similarly communist, that, they're like 1950 cars.
Right.
Yeah,
they've become expert at keeping 1950s vehicles moving.
Yeah, there's no question. It's a craft, and they've preserved them well. The reality is that they look like toys.
Yeah.